So I've got a series of questions around tutor reflections on the mobile blogging project that we've undertaken here at Unitec with the third year product design students. And the first question is, what potential benefits do you see for mobile Web 2 technologies to enhance teaching and learning? There are many benefits and there are some drawbacks. What I would say in terms of benefits, that the students who study art and design subjects are often entrenched in a rather traditional studio environment, in the sense that they occupy a space which belongs to them, or that they think belongs to them, for a period of time, be it a year or in some cases probably for the duration of the course. Here at Unitec, the program's 3 years, the Bachelor of Product Design is a 3-year program, and the students have a first year studio and then a second year student and a third year studio, where they come and they have a desk and a pedestal unit and a chair and so on and so forth, which is their space for the duration of the year. Now, the very interesting thing about what we've seen this year with embedding the mobile Web 2 technologies into the program and into the courses is that we are seeing a very different uptake in terms of the studio as the centre for the teaching and learning experience. And that was what we were hoping to find. What we are seeing in terms of benefit is that students are interacting with, say, external agencies, be them subcontractors or be them other designers, working on projects outside the studio, but keeping us informed of what they're doing and allowing us to comment on what they're doing in almost real-time scenario. So from our perspective, or from my perspective as a staff member, that's very interesting, because it also means I don't have to be in the studio. It means that I can be in another environment, and I can, using the right technologies or the right programs, I can keep track of what the students are actually doing and reply, which is very useful if, for example, they're in a situation where they're making something and they're in a workshop which might not be on the Unitec campus. They can keep in touch with me, and I can make comments about what they're actually doing and steer them in a different direction if need be. That's one potential benefit. Another benefit is it allows other people who aren't in the studio and who aren't me, or who aren't indeed the immediate staff members teaching the program, to interact with the students and to put a different perspective on it. And that isn't limited, obviously, to Unitec or New Zealand. It's a worldwide opportunity, so long as it's within a time zone which is allows for that interaction, which can be an issue. Another interesting feature is that while students are actually blogging, they are creating a reflective journal, a reflective sketchbook, a series of pieces of reflective writing, which can be accessible, which are accessible in our case, but which also go towards creating an online CV or an online portfolio. With that in mind, it means that the things that are actually put up onto the blog have to actually be worthwhile comments, worthwhile bits of work, so there's an editorial process that students have to go through. Moving on to question 2, have you seen so far increased engagement in the course from students when using the technology that they've been given? Increased engagement? Well, yes, I have. I've seen a drop-off in some areas and an increase in some areas. So if we deal with the increased engagement is definitely in the case of students are sharing more on a more regular basis the things that they're doing, the things that they're uncovering, and the problems that they're coming up against. And they're not just sharing them with their fellow students, they're obviously sharing them with the staff. So in terms of increased engagement on a daily basis, even though I'm not in the studio, I can engage with the students if I so wish, through video, photograph, text and sound. Drop off, there has been in some cases drop off when we started the project, and students found that it was fantastic. We've got this new technology, and they spent an awful lot of time learning how to make the coolest, the funkiest, the most impressive posts, and so therefore some areas of interaction or engagement with other areas in the project dropped off. But I think that was a teething issue as much as anything else. And if Web 2 technology were embedded in the first year, which we are now currently doing, and in the second year, which we're currently doing, then it would be a first year learning experience along with all the other things that you learn in the first year, and then it would roll out across the years.